The door's open. Hi. Well, what are you doing here? Oh. I'm sorry. My phone is in my room and I haven't gotten off the couch. Yeah, it's hard today. Really hard. It's just getting worse. Like there's so much in my head. It's suffocating and I hate it. It's hard to put into words. I don't know how much sense this is going to make, but it feels like it never stops. This constant cycle plays over and over in my head, like it gets faster and louder until I feel like the only way to get away from it is to pull my hair out. But I can't even move. And even if I could move, I would hate myself even more for pulling my hair out because I'd look even more shitty than I do now. And you can argue with me and say that I'm not ugly. I'm beautiful and amazing and all of these things, but I can't find any type of emotional connection to those words right now. It's like I'm fine for a few days and then it all starts back up. That crushing feeling of being so fucking lonely, just so lonely. You feel like you can't call anyone or text or email or FaceTime or anything. You can't think of one person to call because of a million reasons. They're busy, or you're going to be bugging them, or it's not their problem, so get over it. And they're in a good headspace right now. Don't fuck it up for them, so you don't. Instead, you just lie on the couch and try to breathe. Those deep breathing exercises pop up in your head in between that cycle, and you think, yeah, that's a good idea, but you never do it. You decide to get lost instead in this endless cycle of utter bullshit, and you fall deeper and deeper. Why do I do that? Why is it easier to just go down like that instead of trying to fight it and feel better? I don't know. I don't make sense. None of this makes sense. I'm rambling. Depression fucking sucks, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So, alone and worthless and insanely pathetic. Have you ever been so down that you feel like you physically can't move? It's a strange feeling. Like even thinking about moving and doing something is exhausting. The only thing you can do is breathe and blink. And you have to keep your eyes open because if you close them, it'll make it easier to physically see and imagine the depression cycle more. Like little images pop up that just keep reminding you of how fucked up you are. Not to mention everything else. If you close your eyes, you can see all the memories and bullshit that's hurting, so you keep them open. But then you think how nice it would be to just be able to sleep. Maybe forever, but you don't let yourself get to that point in the cycle yet, because if you fall to that, then there really is no way to stop thinking about that. those thoughts consume you, and you just start fantasizing about all the drama that comes with that. And then you get back to the part of the cycle that reminds you that you just want attention, even though this is all in your head. So how can that be attention seeking? And yet the images of how you'd like to die just keep flashing in your head. And sleep would be nice, but that means you'd have to close your eyes for a long time, and you don't want that. A basic human function that you don't even think about normally, because it can cause so much trouble. And yeah, I know you're here, and believe me, I appreciate it. You know me well enough by now to know when I'm in trouble like this. I think you see it coming before I do anymore. So thank you for checking in on me. I did think for a second to call, but because everything in my head kept telling me that if I called you, I was clearly begging for attention and making a big deal out of nothing. I mean, that's the last thing I want. Thank you for saying that. And I want to believe you. It's just hard when I'm stuck in my head like this. I know it sounds so fucking cliche, but it really is. It's like a dark hole that you can't get out of. And then I look at myself and I just think, what a fucking loser. You can't even get up off the couch. I've always been too hard on myself. You've known that for years. I think you have helped me with that, though. I was a lot worse before we met. I'm surprised you've stayed around as long as you have. God, I hope you always stay around. I know that sounds super clingy and like middle school best friends forever friendship bracelet type thing, but you know, that's how I feel. You promise? I know, I'm a fucking pain about shit like this, but I really want you to stay in my life, and I'm just afraid that my depression is going to push you away, because it pushes so many people away, which just goes back to me being lonely. Like I'm just ready for it at this point. I feel like I've been preparing for everyone to leave. It's scary. It's really fucking scary. Thank you. I'd be miserable without you as a friend. But seriously, thank you for coming over. I don't feel as lonely as I did earlier. For once, I actually kind of feel like someone gets it, you know?